Welcome back to the Blissful Badger. How is everyone this evening? We have more rats. We have new rats. They're here. So, should probably build them, right? This box is tiny. Well, these two sprues are identical. So, here we go. That is a Doomflare. That is the sprue for a Doomflare. That right there that right there is two of these. This sprue is $30. $30 a piece. Yeah. Okay. Let's see how they build and what they look like in complete. Because this is just a 50 mil base. Yeah. Do that. Do that. Choose one or the other variant. Huh. Do you want a left cant or a right cant? That's the building differences. Okay. So. Okay. I'm gonna put my instructions off to the side so that it doesn't focus constantly on that as a color. It'll keep it from getting so blurry and the colors change. Hello, mustache. Well, I have 2 of them, so I don't have to make that decision. Also, I completely forgot about sharing the fact that I went live on the other Discords. Which I keep forgetting is harder to do with this as the method. I will be right back. Be right back. Okay. So yeah, YouTube on my phone doesn't give me the link to share in the Discord. I do not actually know. He's aware of it. He mentioned something already, but we'll see if he actually shows up. Hey, Vermin. So, where was I? Yes, I have the whole decision on this to cant it left or cant it right. That is the extent to how many things you can do with this. And I suppose the rat itself on the Doomflare. So that's interesting. Let's see, I need number 2 and number 4. So 2 is a spoke. And 4 is blade. So that's one thing I need to build, and then it says to take the other step and add 3 and 5. Okay. Yeah. Same, actually. Alright. I wouldn't be surprised if they were. I mean... with the number of people who actually watch my videos and stuff, I would not be surprised if I was hiding. Yep. I'm used to the heart as well being an issue. It's actually why I watch it in 2 different screens. Because if there's a heart on that one, it's not on that one, and vice versa. Usually. I mean, during the Skaven tide, I was streaming daily, so... you know, that was a lot of notifications. But... you know, I'm only streaming on YouTube once a week now, and I'm only doing 1 video every 2 weeks. And then the rest is on Twitch, so... not horrible. And I do try to do the @everyone in the Discord, so if you have those turned off, well, I don't know what to do. But, you know, several different ways. So yeah. These 2 little sprues right here. Is that. $60 for 2 sprues this big. So I'm going to build it, and then we'll see a couple of size comparisons. Because why not, right? One, it doesn't have horrible mold lines, but they're also not tiny. Plastic seems a little bit softer than normal. He was a real, you know. It's been several years since I've heard the Drunken Philosopher's song. Yep, the plastic is definitely softer. By, I don't know, 5%, maybe. Okay. Am I getting... Something is glare. Could be just my hand. I don't know. Yep. And Liechtenstein. So, based on what I'm seeing, these are expensive tiny models. But I'm not surprised these days. At all. Yep. Who is just as sloshed as Schlegel. Yep. Because if you can say it, not intoxicated. Yep. Good times. You know, that game of Alpha Strike looked really fun. I've been watching a bunch of battle reports, and I want all the things for it. It just looks so fun and fast-paced, and I mean fast-paced as far as, you know, compared to classic Battletech. Let's see. You know, I'm going to zoom back out. You can see my table. That way I don't have to quite keep everything in focus as easily, you know, or it's easier to keep it in focus, I should say. Yeah, that sounds about right. I think that sounds good. Because 500 points of Alpha Strike is quite a few mechs and vehicles. Or at least it can be. Yeah, see, that's a good amount. Man, it's been a little while since I've built models on a stream, huh? About 2 months? Uh-oh, what? 38,000 points? No. That seems a little bit, like he wasn't planning well. I mean, 38,000? I mean... I don't know, I suppose it could be 12, 12, and 13? Or 12, 13, 13? I don't know. I mean... I don't know. And if he's gonna add another 18,000, he might as well add another, what, 13,000 on top of that? I mean... I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense. But yeah, I'm looking at these models, and I don't know. It might just be the day. I didn't sleep very well. But all of today I've just felt kind of less enthused, I guess, about the new GW stuff. Like, these models look like they're going to be really cool. I am thrilled that I have more rats. I think it's just being tired. But having this box be $60 and come the size of my wet palette is a little bit, I don't know. I'm just tired, I think. Having it only be left or right leaning, I'm not sure how many of them I would actually want to purchase. Like, I think after you get 2 or 3 boxes, it's it rained for a little while, and then it got cool for like 4 days, and now it's back in the mid 80s, which is what, like 30? No. 27, maybe? I don't know. Trying to do math conversions in my head on the fly. Yeah. Alright. So that part is done. Glue. So this goes in there. Ow. They're sharp. What? 16? What? No, it's about 29C. 29C. Like I said, somewhere between 27 and 20 and 30. I wasn't too far off. The blades are in the exact same spot. That... Okay. So no matter how many of these you get, the center piece is going to be this, with the right blade higher than the left blade. Okay. In its own right, not horrible. Yeah. Like, they were talking about having the ability to run, what, as many Doom Wheels as you want in an army? And I'm looking at this Doom Flare going, okay, well, one box having a left and a right is fine. But having more than that, I don't know. Maybe 2 units? Like I said, they look like they're decent sculpts. But I don't expect full price kits when they're monopose. These are not push fit, but that's the exact same center. And now that is the first page done. And now I get to decide left or right. And it's the difference between having number 6 here and number 7 here, or having number 7 here and number 6 here. Oh, but I get an option for different heads and arms. That's cool. Yeah, I think I'm tired. Alright. Sorry that I sound a little cranky today. I had to wake up early to get an oil change. So, you know, going to the dealership, taking care of that. Just one of those days. I wonder how much of this inside you can even see. I wonder how hard it would be to just take this and some blue stuff and just go and then fill it in. Ooh. Okay. Yup. Oh, you want to talk funny? Those are 60mm bases? Those are 60mm bases. These are 50s. Those are actually larger models than this. Oh, and did I mention that with the new relaunch box stuff, between the index listings and now, they changed the base size for the Storm Vermin. They were 25mm bases. And all of a sudden, with the new kit coming out, they're on 28.5. The Storm Vermin have gone from 25mm to 28.5mm bases. Well, see, here's what I'm thinking about for that, is that clan rats now just have rusty blades. They no longer have spears. What unit has spears? Storm Vermin. So we can't let people use their old clan rats with spears as Storm Vermin proxies, right? Right? That wouldn't get more sales. I'm just saying. So if you take away an option, and then you make sure that the other option isn't viable as something different, it's not costing them any different putting 28.5mm bases in instead of 25s, right? Yeah. I honestly don't see a reason why not I couldn't just learn how to play, that game. that they're for. I mean, that has rules, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Penny per 10 boxes. Yeah. But if it means that people can't run them anymore, that means, you know, half of the clan rats that I had already painted had spears. My skewer rats. Well, you know, 2.5 millimeters, 3.5 millimeters per base. Barely anything. They have spears. They are Skaven. My skewer rats are now veterans. Yep. And I mean, look, the majority of my time is spent building and painting and thinking about armies. There's less time spent actually playing than... there's slightly more time spent playing a game each week than I spend traveling to and from the game shop. So if the majority of the hobby is building and painting and just thinking about things, it doesn't have to be that particular game. So just, you know, interesting things to think about. Yep. Oh, and I did get my store to pre-order the box. I have an idea for a video, and I need to have a physical copy to actually do said video, so... Plus, it says that there's solo play in Hivestorm, so maybe I'll make some playthroughs there. See what it's actually like. Sure, I won't be the only one doing a video on that, but, you know, another perspective is always good, right? Yep. Oh yeah. I'm still interested in 13,000 points of Skaven. Okay. So, I am going to put the cant on the right for this one. Which means that the cant goes on the left on this one. You know, I'm very tempted to do the same thing with my ad mech. Because I've built 4 models and they're primed, but other than that, they're not going anywhere. Alright, so that's the difference between left and right. Here you go. I will zoom in for a second. That's it. That's the difference. Such a tilt. Ooh. That sounds cool. Oh yeah? I will talk with you later. Yeah, that's the difference between the left and the right. Can you tell the difference right there? Okay, let's see. Alright, now I do the body, and I choose which of the arms and which of the heads. So, oh, I was just thinking, right now, this particular arm would be great for character. Uh-huh. Yes. Which one is different? Alright. And then there's a couple of heads. Alright. Sprue, clear. Okay. It didn't hit anything that was behind me, that's the good news. As I was throwing it, I was like, oh wait, I have things on the table. I don't want to hit that. Good thing I didn't hit the table. Because the table has things from tomorrow's video laid out on it. Because I'm crazy and I came up with an idea. Because I don't have enough projects already going. that I actually set out to do another project. Don't worry, it's the Legion of the Damned army. But I already filmed it, I just need to upload it. But yeah, my Legion of the Damned inspired Salamanders army. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a thing. In the short term, I need one model for it. One model that costs more than these 5 models that I just bought. Yep. Or I guess it's just about the same as the 5 models. But there is going to be another swap meet in 3 weeks? So maybe I'll find one there. Save myself a little bit of money. Oh yeah. I go into a little bit more depth with the video. It's like 7 minutes long. But that army and the 2 Warhammer quests, Chorfs, and anything else that I happen to get around to next year, I mean, that's not bad. I have several projects. I do like that more than half of it is already built. That's nice. I don't know how soon I'll work on it. Probably when the next narrative comes out. I keep forgetting that glares a little bit. But yeah, I think it'll be good. It helped me decide on some of the other Dark Angels and Blood Angels models that I have sitting around, or models that I want to put in those 2 armies. So, yep. But yeah, based on what I've been reading, the army could probably use 2 or 3 more of the impulsor tanks. So I might be on the lookout for a few of those things at the swap meet. They're expensive. If I paint them up kind of the same way I did for the Dark Angels, Blood Angels, and Grey Knights, that would be pretty good too, because they're kind of a mix and match color scheme. So, more peasants. Yeah, that huge container of peasants that you, or was it the peasants, or was it the men-at-arms, or whatever? That huge box of medals that you got is about the cost of this. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, so I still have to clean the other body, the hand guard thing, and the 2 little spiky things for the wheels. Gotta remember what I actually have to do when I'm working on 2 models at once. So as far as these models go, there's very little rebuildability. That's a word, right? See, that's just cool. So many different models. to figure out how to put this together. Oh, okay. Alright. So I need the feet. The blades. And the body. And then those 2 blades and 2 heads are for conversions. Yay. So, the Skaven Abomination gets more than that. I think that the Blood Angels box looks amazing aesthetically. I think a lot of people have a problem with Sanguinary Guard are just word why did I just go blank on that word? Wow, my mind just went blank. Heavy Intercessors. The armor type. So Sanguinary Guard is just heavy jump dudes. And then the Jump Assault Intercessor kit still is a Jump Assault Intercessor kit. Just because they painted them a different color this is the 4th time they've tried to sell them. That kit. I don't know. I think that's where the negativity comes from. But not having the Sanguinary Guard wings is definitely a huge issue. Those little add-ons are more of an insult than a callback. I don't know. They lost some of their aesthetic. They're not bad. They're just not what people were expecting, seeing... I mean, look. Think about the Age of Sigmar release and the wings on the, those guys. I'm probably really dehydrated if I'm having such a hard time thinking. Yeah. Yeah. There's also that. It's like, if you're looking at Blood Angels as a whole, it wasn't just the Black Rage that made them interesting. The fact that Sanguinius had wings, and so did some of the Marines, you know? The fact that they took the Brutalis? Is it? And just repainted it. And now we have a Furioso again. It's like, that's not what the Furioso was about. I mean, better paint one gray in plans to get your Space Wolf Murder Fang. It's going to be the exact same model, painted a different color. I don't know. It feels uninspired, is the thing. Yeah. So, I can understand the negativity. I didn't like the jump intercessors since they came out, which made it really hard for me to go, oh, yeah, I want to paint mine black, please. I had actually planned on doing some conversions with some Reaver bodies and jetpacks, but I still could. But I don't know. I feel like it was an uninspired box. It didn't feel what people were waiting for. Because if you think about what the Dark Angels got with the Inner Circle companions and the new and improved Terminators and stuff like that, yeah, there was a fairly decent bar to be set, and the Blood Angels kind of just went, eh. You want jump intercessors, right? You don't have enough dudes with chainswords and pistols yet? How about some more? I mean, you can now take 120 assault intercessors of different flavors. In your Blood Angels army. Oh, they'd probably look pretty good. I'm sure there are people who have done it, too. Again, it just felt like they went, oh yeah, we have something that works for that. Let's just paint them a different color. I don't know. I like variety. I like having options. I like having something more unique. Honestly, it's one of the reasons why I'm looking at these going, well, I'm glad I didn't buy more than one box of them. Because I don't know if I'd enjoy building another unit of this. I mean, there was an old metal Doomflayer, right? Yeah, I can understand that to an extent. So the actual lore versus model thing and gameplay mechanics and stuff, they're all different aspects. Don't let one aspect ruin whichever one you like. Like, I enjoy reading books, I enjoy building models, I enjoy kit bashing. I enjoy the painting and the playing. Certain aspects have been less than amazing lately. For me. That doesn't mean that it's that way for everyone. But I had intentionally not purchased Sanguinary Guard or or any of the other character type things or special units. I intentionally didn't buy any of them when I started my Blood Angels army because I expected them to come out with new, better options, because I started my Blood Angels army, what, a year and a half ago? Just shy of 2 years ago. And I thought, hey, you know, Primaris exists. There's gonna be something new. I'm sure it's gonna look cool. And, you know, these ones have been out for quite a while. They're gonna upgrade them. I'll wait. And honestly, I think I would have been happier having already built and painted some of them rather than waiting for this. But that's the hobbying side where I like having different options and everything. Like, they're still perfectly viable on the table. I think Blood Angels are actually a fairly strong army right now. But I don't know. I don't know if that actually answered the question. Alright, so those are 2 Doom Flayers built. Look at how different they are. I am going to put 1 small drop of super glue on each. Because I will have to do the basing, but I want them to be on bases. Doom! I'm singing the Doom song now? Not actually gonna sing it. Sorry. Alright. There we go. That is 2 Doom Flares. So, yeah. Yeah, and the older models were much easier to kit bash. So, for scale size, for scale reference here, if you happen to have a Rat Ogre from Skaven, that is a Rat Ogre from Skaven. They're just about the same size. This may be 5-10% bigger. Yeah. Okay. Doom Flayers. Yeah. I don't have a banana for scale. No, what am I gonna do? Vallejo paint for scale? I mean, clan rat for scale? It's just a clan rat on a circle. These are probably a little bit bigger than a ping pong ball. Maybe? I don't know. I don't have ping pong balls for scale either. But... so anyway... there were 2 kits that I was going to build tonight. And remember how we had the discussion of how many different options there were and how could they be used differently because the pictures had different weapons in different areas. Well, they made it quite easy for us to see on the back of this box. So this kit builds one of these. That kit builds one of those. And this kit has one giant rat and a dude standing up, but other than that, it's the same. So, yay. Means that there's going to be different weapon options on the ends, but not the barrels and the rats. So let's see how easy it is to build these, what they look like, and let's find out. Okay. Okay. So this is one of those triple sprues. It's half again as many plastic bits as the Doom Flares. So, let's see. If the Doom Flares is $60 and is 2 of those pieces of plastic, how much are the Warp Spark weapon batteries with 3? Any guesses? Did you guess less expensive? GW, come on. 2 of this was 60. This is 52. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And this base size is the Giselle size. So you're getting 3 sets of 2 rats on a Giselle base. And how much were the Giselles? Also $52. Okay. I don't know. I don't make these prices. Yeah. Alright. Instructions. So, there's barrel, backpack little bit, barrel, backpack bit, backpack bit, and barrel. Okay. This shows 3 laying down rats. Wait a minute. Where's this dude? This shows 3 rats laying down. This has this dude. Do we not get the box the same way that the thing's supposed to be? Does that make sense? Instructions unclear. Where is my rat? With the wheelbarrow. Does this not have the wheelbarrow rat? No, it shows right here. Okay. Okay. I'm just reading the instructions, seeing what everything has. Yeah. So. Let's see. I'm just giving it a good glance before I start building. You know, that whole measure twice and stuff, you know? So to me, what I'm seeing here, I don't know if you're seeing the same thing, but if this is interchangeable, and all of the barrels go right here and into the arm, and all of these barrels go right into here, and this topper thing goes on here. This doesn't matter on the backpacks. Choose whichever one looks best. And these should all push fit. I don't even think I would have to magnetize these. So... That feels weird. Like, no one's gonna pay attention to this little nub on the backpacks. It's all gonna be which weapon, you know, which end is it? I think this is just 3 different options and you just have them painted. That kind of feels a little bit sad. Because all 3 have the hose. All 3 have the hose. It's showing right here, all 3 have the rat. With the tanks. I mean, yeah, okay, this one's a warp volt, and that has a little electrical thing going on. But... yeah. It looks, to me, like I can build all 3 options. And just... let's see. Where's a good barrel? Yeah. That piece connects in the same exact spot. All 3 of these connect in the same spot. If I don't feel comfortable with it, I could always drill them out and put a magnet in them. Okay. I guess I'm gonna magnetize these. Because at $52 before discount, I don't think I'm going to be buying multiple kits of these. All right. I wasn't sure if I could kit bash some extras, but with it being 100% just a magnet swap thing, it's... I don't know. This just feels weird today. $15, $16, $17. All right. I guess? I wouldn't say it's a money-saving method, rather than it's a... I'm not going to buy more monopose models where I'm going to have, you know, 3 units identical, other than a small tip on the model. I don't know. One, 2, 5, 12. Do I go with 3 or 4 for the head? Four. Okay. Hey, Francois. How's it going? Yeah. Yeah. Really. Now I need to save the extra heads for other conversions, like building the Hell Pit Abomination that I want to make. That's where the extra heads go. But yeah, the models are going together. They look decent. There's, you know, finer detail and crisper parts and stuff, you know. I suppose these are at least less expensive than the metals that they were. I don't know. I mean, I guess the weapon teams don't jump out anymore. They're just separate units now? I don't know. Oh, cheese wheel of death. Mustache, write that down. Cheese wheel of death. Two-headed rat. We now have another conversion I have to do. That sounds like a really fun conversion. But yeah, since these are pretty much the same models, like, I'm glad I didn't buy, 4 of this kit. I don't know. I love the detail that Monopose gives, but I also don't love the lack of flavor to them after the first set or two. So, I don't know. I mean, when it's something like the big rat, the new, not the Vermin Lord, but the other one, I mean, having one of those is cool. But when you have 3 or 4 units, I mean, I guess I keep thinking I want to play Horde. I mean, I am playing Skaven. But there's something about, they keep trying to push Hero Hammer more than I want with, I want to play Horde Hammer. Like, they made clan rats more expensive. They made, I don't know. At least there's enough variety in the clan rats? I don't know. I don't know. Cheese the wheels. Cheese it. You know what I keep forgetting I don't have? I don't have a hobby drill. And they're not that expensive. I don't know why I don't have one yet. What kind of cheese is the death cheese? Hmm. I don't know. I mean, if it's a two-headed... if it's a two-headed warp rat on a wheel of death, a cheese wheel of death, I would expect it to be Munster. From Winda? Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one too. That's a Gouda one too. Okay, no more puns. I'm fed up with all the puns. Yeah. So every set of these is going to have this rat in this position. Like, eh? Yep. Yeah. I like that idea. But yeah. What is going on? Oh. Yeah. So, where does this go? So I did not put the crew onto the warp lightning cannon with the specific intent to use them as conversion fodder later on. So yeah. This is $17. This one model. And, you know, the bits to mount in there. And I just dropped it. But yeah. Right. Alright. Three. $26, $27. Yeah, I was hoping there were going to be, like, bits that I could convert with and stuff, and So far, I'm not seeing very much of that at all. Yeah. I mean, a bunch of the old metal models were like, what, $20, $21? And they've gone to 17 in plastic. I mean, that is not much of a discount. Yeah, that's not muted. I clicked on something. Yeah, it doesn't even look like I can convert up the back rats with the ones in front. Because one has a hose, and the other one connects in a different position. So they are not even a... Yeah, they're not even, you know... For the rat ogres, you were able to change out the weapon arms and where the shoulder pads were going. And... yeah. I don't know. I'm questioning it. Too much questioning today. Where's that one? Okay, that's all of the bits for that. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know that their models were not quite great when they did their Veerman line, but maybe some of the newer ones are better. Thing is, I don't really need more clan rats. I need more special units. So... I would hope so. I don't know if it's that particular sculpt that's improved, or the newer things, because they were some of the earlier things that they did, and I've had some of the older orcs that they did, or whatever they had for orcs, and their kits were kind of weird to put together. Now, I would hope that they're better now. It's been quite a while. They did let me pose arms at least. Three Doom Wheel alternative sounds decent for that price. So long as the sizing is right. I mean, especially since these three weapons team models is 52. Heh. I don't know. I'll definitely have to look into it. Trying to stay awake. I gotta build the rest of these bodies with, you know, one way to do them. And then I need to figure out which of the detail bits that don't matter get put on each of them. And then I can get the weapons together and go from there to see which ones I need to, you know, if I can just push fit or if I have to actually magnetize. Yeah, excuse me. I'm just thinking about the different armies right now that I have, that I want. The earlier talk about trading out AdMech for more Battletech has me thinking. But I don't currently need Battletech. I have enough mechs at the moment. Like I said, I need to paint up 10 more. And then I've successfully done some of that 10. So I still have a little ways to go before I get to buy more of those. They've never been cost effective unless you go with one particular kit. And then they're not that great because you just went with that kit over and over and over again. So I probably won't get rid of them. I just won't actively be buying more. Oh. That was the last bit for that one. You know, they don't do allies like they used to. And that's sad. Okay. Rat. Body. Goes here. Yes? No? I mean, I think it's cool that they just slot in together and make a model that doesn't really have any seams and stuff really showing, but it just takes away so much of the flexibility and everything. I don't know. Like, this rat is always going to be looking in the same direction if the people build it this way. Like, you'd have to shave it and green stuff and all that stuff to make it look a different direction. That rat is always going to be looking that way. Like, other than the tips of the options, these are all monopose. Hey, Solvix. Yes, I purchased the Doom Flares and Warp Spark weapon battery out of the new releases. This is what I pre-released out of that huge stack of things that I was thinking about doing. And $112 MSRP is going to get built in 3 hours. Maybe a few minutes more. I don't know. I'm doing okay. I'm pretty tired tonight, so... Yeah, it's pretty much monopose. And it's kind of sad. Because there's only one way that this is going to get built. If you don't do a extreme kit bash. And there's 3 options, so if you wanted one of each of the 3 options, you'd get 3 of the exact same kit. That they're gonna look exactly the same. Minus the tip of the barrel and stuff. I don't even know if I want to glue that together right now. It just sits there. Yeah, I'll just keep it separate to paint it easier. Yeah. So, when building these from the Skaven Tide box, you could swap out the head, you could swap out the arm, the ones that have the armor plate, you could swap the location of those. You could swap the torso option on the tail. That part actually could be swapped between the 2 different models. So there was a little bit of customization in these. Not a huge amount, but a little bit, and it's push fit. So, for the Doom Flayers, you get to decide if it's canted one way or the other. And then you can put a different arm and head on. But they sit exactly in the same spot. The back is the same exact back. All of the wheel is the same. The blades are in the same location. Like, it is the same exact kit, except canted left or right, and then a different head and a different arm. That is your options on these. And then for these, the exact build here and here is the exact build for these 2 every time. The weapon that sits here and the thing that goes on the backpack changes. That's it. It's like you can choose this or that. That's the options. Like, if you had these on the field at 3 feet away, you would not be able to tell which one it is based on the outline profile, because they're exactly the same. So, I don't know. It feels weird. Like, if you look at the instructions, it's like, which of these 3 identical models are you going to build? That's it. That's your options. It's definitely, not as exciting as I was hoping, and I'm glad I only bought 1 box of each. Because building 4 of the same kit would have been annoying. Especially at this price. I want some options here. Oh, I don't actually have to build him. Okay. Where's 52? Or no, 53. Where's 53? Oh. All right. You know, if the game shop had some, I'd probably purchase them just for the sake of putting things together. Like, what are they? The Palanites or whatever? Enforcers? Those look cool. As a kit. That's it? Wow. Okay. But yeah, there's a certain position of I'm just building a kit, or I'm actually putting life into something that can be unique and mine, and this doesn't have that. It's just putting together a kit, and I don't know. Like, honestly, the master molder that I made from random scrap bits and pieces of Tyranid, that was so much more fun. Yeah, Battletech was very fun. I got to overheat and have my ammo explode. Which is just, you know. Like, I had to shoot first, and he was in my back line, behind me. So I figured I was gonna get shot up anyway, so I was like, might as well overheat. What's the worst that can happen? Yeah. Kaboom. That's what can happen. It was fun. The Nova is extremely strong. My Valkyrie didn't do a whole lot, but it was my smallest of the mechs. I almost took out his Vulture. It was good. It was good times. For a long time, I was so like, yep, GW actually is better. They are still the highest quality detail that I've owned, but the fact that there is zero flexibility in how I build them has definitely dropped it. Especially when they want you to have, 3 or 6 of the same kit. It's like, you need to give me some variety if you want me to have more than one of this kit. That sounds awesome. I'll do that next game. No, I have not. I don't actually have any experience with Gundam kits. Was that the end of the music? Alright, I'll clean this piece and put it back on. based on a couple of things that I've been looking at, once I have a slightly larger percentage of my collection completed, so when I say slightly, I mean like when I get to like 40% complete, I think I'll probably keep it around that rate for a while. And as I finish things, I'll buy more, keep that percentage around 40%. I feel that that's a fair ratio. Finish 2 models by 3? 3? Finish 2 models by 5? I don't know. Something like that. Oh, that's cool. I could see looking into something like that at some point. Just as something different to try out. But there's a couple of games that I've been looking at that have cool models that I might never get to play the game, but they still look cool. So oh. You just said I can get a high grade model that is nice to build for less than the cost of this particular model right here. Then the only task is, can I find one that I like the aesthetic of? I'm sure there's a ton of them out there. Yeah, but you said fully posable, transformable, 450 pieces. Like, that's still not bad. for a price. This GW price-wise, these 5 models that I'm building tonight was more than that. My game shop has a discount, thankfully. It's not a great discount, but it's also not... The discount is enough that purchasing through the shop is not horrible compared to just buying on Amazon. So, I'm not, I would rather have a place to play and meet on the weekends and hang out with like-minded people. It's worth the slight, varied price compared to Amazon. Because, yes, I could theoretically play at home because I have this. But, I'm not going to invite everyone over. That wouldn't go over very well. Also the reason why I keep asking the shop owner, hey, what would it take to get Battletech in here? I'll keep that in mind. I'll have to look at some stuff. If I'm gonna get a hobby drill, maybe that'll be enough to get free shipping on Amazon. Be like, oh no, I need to spend another $12. Okay. Okay, so this model goes... on this side. And that cable goes here? Here. Oh! Okay. You were talking earlier. Is the old core for MCP worth getting versus the new one? If the prices are decently equivalent for... not equivalent, but oh, I just added some texture that I wasn't planning. If I don't think I'm ever going to have someone else to play against here, like I would have to go find someone to play against, would that box work? If I don't ever want to add anything else to it. Just an occasional pickup game type thing. I don't know if that made sense. Like I said, I didn't get a lot of sleep and I am tired. Okay. So no matter how many weapons teams you purchase, this is how they look before you select their weapon option. What happened? That... Okay. Okay, it's still going. Okay, good. Okay. So if I wanted to just test the waters, that's not bad. Okay. See, this is the only thing that has any variation. Yeah. Alright. So for this rat's backpack, this rat's backpack, I could use 19, 20, or 21. So, do I want tubing? Do I want a grid thing? Or do I want the zappy zaps? I'm thinking of this. This one? Not focusing. So, for his backpack. Where does... Oh, it goes on the side. So one for Zappy Zap. Because I'm gonna make it so that all three of the weapon options for the front can be used. So it's just whatever the backpack's gonna have. Because I'm not gonna magnetize that as well. That seems like too much work. So sometimes it'll have the Gatling, and sometimes it'll have the little warp spark thing, and sometimes it'll have the flamer. But the backpack will have the same thing. Okay. I will go with the Zappy Zap. Okay. I need arm 6. And then 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. I don't know how much of this will be push fit capable, or if I actually have to magnetize them. If I have to magnetize them, I'm not actually going to do that tonight, because I am tired and I need that tool. But if it's push fit, I can finish it tonight. Yeah, so those are the options. You have the pipe, the case thing, and an extra head. That's what you got extra on this sprue. Not very many options. Actually, it's getting kind of late. Maybe I shouldn't even finish it tonight. Maybe I should actually just go to bed. Oh, focus. Focus? Come on. Come on. Alright, thanks. But yeah, I'm gonna make a very quick but safe completion of one option here to see if I can push fit. And then I'm gonna probably call it for the night because I am tired and I do have the game shop to go to tomorrow and a long drive to get there. So okay. Yeah, I will get in touch with you about that right after I'm done with the stream. And, like, you know, not right after, probably 10-15 minutes. But I do want to ask you a few things about that. So expect a Discord message at some point shortly. But because at the same time, if I don't do that, I do have enough money to buy a lot more mechs for Battletech. Which, I don't know. Where I'm sitting right now on mechs to paint, I'm not that worried about it. Got plenty to do. So, I don't know. More projects. Always more projects. Talking about making more of my pile complete, and I'm like, oh yeah, let's buy more. That's me, right? It's not like I don't work on my stuff. No, I have not. Like, my experience with Gundam is it exists, and I know some of the tools can kind of be used. That's my experience with it. Okay, so that is all of those. And then I think I am focused, right? Okay. That isn't really sturdy enough. It's so flexible right here. But if I put a magnet in that little area right there, that'll go click. And hold it in place. And then magnetize that, and that'll go in. But yeah, I think I need to put a little magnet in there. That shouldn't be that hard. So that'll work for this guy. So yeah. That sounds amazing. I have to look into some of that. That sounds fun. So, one of my friends is currently doing the Duskmorn pre-release. Said that he's running Jund Delirium. He went 2-0 against Jund Burn, 2-1 against Golgari Midrange, and 2-0 against Demir Control with Leyline of the Void. So, he's doing good. That's good. I did a stream instead. But yeah. These guys are almost done. I'd say 1 more hour of full consciousness and some magnets. Probably be good. But yeah. One Rat Ogre is about the same size as Doomflare, right? But yeah. Well, I hope tonight was a decent night, and thank you for keeping me company while I was building a bunch of these new models. And until the next time, I hope you find your bit of bliss. Good night, all.